Today we're going to be looking at an upcoming Google algorithm update known as the Core Web Vitals update. This update is slated for release in May this year and is going to focus on three primary factors. The first of these is page loading. So this is going to look at how quickly the largest portion of content on your site loads. Secondly, it'll look at interactivity. So this metric is going to look at the gap between the time that a user lands on your site and that page becomes interactive. The third metric is visual stability. This might sound a little bit confusing, but this is looking at when a user is on the page, where and when elements on that page move around and shift position. I'm sure we've all been stung on a website of scrolling along, accidentally clicking something, the wrong thing, because the page has moved. Now, May is very quickly approaching, but that doesn't mean there isn't time for us to take steps to make sure that we aren't negatively affected by this algorithm update. The first thing I would do, if you haven't done this already, is undertake a Core Web Vitals audit to gain a real understanding of where your site currently is and what risks from the May update there are. There are many tools you can use to audit Core Web Vitals. The main one of these is within Google Search Console. There is a Core Web Vitals audit section that gives you an overview of the performance of your site for these metrics. There is also a free online tool from Google called the PageSpeed Insights tool that allows you to audit specific pages and see their performance for Core Web Vitals and actions to take to improve those Core Web Vital actions. The second action I would take, if you have anything planned for the year for page speed or page experience, now's a great time to bring that forwards. And bring that now to make sure you can maximize any effect of this May update. As we mentioned, I'd focus on cumulative layout shift, largest contentful paint, and first input delay. And that will allow you to really maximize any return on that work. And we do expect there to be a ranking increase from this update. These are becoming a full ranking factor. But we should mention that you will need to hit good scores in all three of the main target areas. This is a cumulative score rather than a score for each individual element. We can't also say whether there'll be a penalty for this, but not hitting these Core Web Vital scores could result in a drop in competitiveness in search. Google have made it clear that content still remains the king for them. But if you and your competitor both provide good content in an area, Core Web Vitals and good scores in those areas could become the deciding factor of who ranks over who. The third step you can take is around user experience improvements. And this not only affects the upcoming algorithm update, but is also future-proofing your site. We know that Google has placed a strong emphasis on user experience and a user-centric approach. So identifying any areas on your site that have a poor user experience or have a large bounce rate, that's an area with lots of people leaving your site, that will help you really make your SEO focus audience-centric. And this will enable you to get ahead of that curve and stop chasing that algorithm and future-proof your site. So thank you for watching. I've been Tom, and this was The Essential.